Here we go.
Over the weekend, the White House says it was a trip of convenience, but those who
Here we go.
Let's talk about the president's unscheduled hospital visit over the weekend. The White House says it was a trip of convenience, but those who know protocol see something else. The president went to Walter Reed with no notification to the staff at the facility, according to a source. There, Trump underwent, quote, quick exam and labs. But the source also says usually all medical staff at Walter Reed do get a heads up. That is how it went the last two times the president had a checkup. And another source described Trump's visit as, quote unquote, abnormal, but added that Trump, who is 73, looked to be in good health late Friday. But when it comes to this president's health, Trump has a track record of inaccuracy.
I'm sorry. Pause. Is this...
Do you hear this?
These people are like gleefully speculating that if the president's going to die or not. Basically, they're like, "Oh, maybe he's sick."
She can't even hide her smile. Look, seriously. You ever see someone trying to hide a smile?
Ooh, somebody had an unscheduled visit today to the hospital. It's looking pretty good. It sounds like the news kind of sounds like the rich kids that are just waiting for grandpa to die so they can get their trusts.
Remember just recently Bernie was in there, he had a stent put in. Bernie actually had a heart attack. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Mild one, but he had one. And that was like in and out. That was quick. No one's talking about it anymore.
And it was covered in the way of like, and let's hope he recovers soon. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for that.
So now they're saying it's fine. So now he's saying.
And now they're like, ooh, Trump's in the hospital. Yes.
But look, they're not covering that the president of the United States is in the hospital. Listen to what she's saying.
He looked to be in good health late Friday. But when it comes to this president's health, Trump has a track record of inaccuracy as a candidate. His personal doctor, Harold Warren.
See what I mean? They're trying already. The guy goes to the hospital.
Does Richard Branson have like a hippie brother that's a doctor?
That right? Seriously, he looks like a doctor that wears sandals.
He looks like if Richard Branson had hey man, I got my doctorate in India, man. I work on the president, man.
Proclaimed candidate Trump, quote unquote, will be the healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency. And then later,
do they not understand like that he's like dripping with sarcasm sometimes? Like do they not pick up on that?
It's not even that though. His annual physical was done by the same guy that did Obama's, and he said he's in great health. Everything's fine.
But it's like these little, like the hyperbolic statements that he made. Do they not get that that's his gimmick?
Yeah.
Like he's a pro wrestling candidate. Like he's the guy that's just, nobody's ever going to have better health than when I come in. It's going to be the greatest health. We're the number one team. Like that's what he does. Everything is, we're number one. We're the best. Everything's the best. Do you understand?
I'm pretty sure I could do a backflip if I tried.
But do you understand that this is why he made a good businessman, why he made a good boss? Why he'd probably make a good president if, like, he'd just stop, sucking Bibi Netanyahu's dick and stop letting the press push him around. Like, because I've worked for guys like that where they're almost like a rock star and they come in and they make everybody feel great. We're number one. We're going to, even if you don't believe it, there's a certain element of like, we're going to kick everyone's ass. Number one. Trump's the number one place in the world. And you guys are the best staff ever. Everyone's fabulous. It's great. And then they leave. And then 2 hours later, like half the staff's fired. You know what I mean? But it's like in that moment, you're like, yeah.
Have the Rolling Stones killed.
But sir, that's not.
I said do it. Colvaris has a good point. Dude, Clinton was fucking collapsing in the street. He went to the doctor for one unannounced visit.
And remember how much they covered that up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like literally, if you wanted to get any coverage about that, you had to go to like Paul Joseph Watson. Well, she fell down again.
So
and then you go to CNN and they'd be like, nobody fell. Everybody's fine. Nobody fell. It's fine. It's like, remember when CNN treated us like the grandkids when grandma fell. Like they didn't want to upset anybody. It's Christmas. Oh my God, what happened to grandma? Oh, grandma's fine. Grandma's fine. She's going to be fine. Go back inside, Annie. And meanwhile, it was like, no, she's having tremors. And there was, remember the clips of her where it looked like she was just losing her fucking mind? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Like, say what you want about Trump, but like, I feel more comfortable about an overweight billionaire eating cheeseburgers at night. Like that guy's less likely to just smash a nuclear button than some woman who's seizing.
I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to watch some reruns and go to bed.
I'd rather have him than some blackout drunk who's having a seizure at night and going, just nuke China. And you're like, wait, what? At least Trump's just eating a cheeseburger and going, You know, they're killing us in trade. Yes, I know, honey. I know they're killing us in trade.
Stealing his wife's fries.
Trump's like me, just up late at night eating like a fucking cold bag of McDonald's and watching crypto take a nosedive. Look what they're doing to crypto. It's horrible. We have to stop them.
That Trump, quote, dictated that whole letter.
Is it Robert De Niro? Is this a new role? Is that a new De Niro role?
This guy doesn't miss a Grateful Dead concert.
It really looks like De Niro just took another shitty direct-to-DVD movie. But what happens when his wacky hippie stepdad moves in?
Somebody is imagine if Joe Biden nuked Corn Pop. Yeah, Joe Biden's out there. Did you see the video of Joe Biden not even looking at the camera? He was like, he lost where the camera was, and he was just talking to like the wall. It was very funny, and no one's talking about
blind?
it. And every time you talk about, well, look how old Bernie is. If he becomes president, he'll be a really old president. They go, shut up. You're just trying to shut him down. Whenever you talk about Hillary, Trump goes there to what probably was food poisoning.
Well, I don't know. Did they even at least get a quote from Dr. Chris Christopherson? Because I feel like, did they take Trump to Walter Reed or did they take him to Blade's underground lair to get his medical?
Chris Christopherson.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Guys, let's take this seriously. The president could be sick.
Yeah, he could be. You know what he looks like? I'll tell you what it looks like. He looks like Christoph Waltz in a new Tarantino movie where he has to
exactly. Look, I don't want any Jewish doctors. I know I'm very nice to those people, but they just haven't reciprocated.
I guess Indian it is. There's not a lot of options here, bud. It's Indian or Jewish.
This from the Washington Post that
I want to thank you, Mr. President, for the H-1B visa. Thanks to you, I was able to come here and be a doctor for $27,000 a year.
So he goes to the hospital. The way CNN covers it, by the way, with their big impeachment hearings, 8 a.m., special coverage. Their way of covering it is not like, we wish the president a speedy recovery. We hope everything's okay. Even in this divided time, he's the commander-in-chief. Like you would do with any president. I would too. Like if it happened to Obama, I'd be like, I hope he's okay. Like I don't want him to die. They go into saying he lies about his health sometimes.
From the Washington Post that then there was the miraculous growth spurt that occurred between the issuing of his driver's license in 2012 and his physical in 2018, which reportedly added an inch to his height.
Miraculous growth spurt, an inch in 6 years. He's fucking...
That 1 inch could very well be just what shoes you were wearing that day.
Also, they're reading an opinion piece. It says opinion.
I see it by Karen Tumulty.
Is this what we're doing now? We just cite opinion pieces? Like, this is just gossipy bullshit.
This is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. CNN did an entire thing because he went to an unannounced visit. He's fine, by the way. We've seen him since. He's fine. He looks fine. He looks like Trump. They are now saying, he lies sometimes because of a 1 inch difference. If that's the case, every single woman they are liars, is a liar because their license always says something.
The President of the United States, who has access to multiple physicians on site, on Saturday afternoon goes unannounced to a medical center.
What's wrong with him? We don't know. I don't know personally.
Stop containing your joy so much.
But it could be any number of things. I mean, he could be badly burned. He could be shot in the face multiple times. Maybe he's got AIDS. AIDS could be good. Cancer. Oh, how great would it be if it was cancer? It just sounds like a bunch of yentas talking about a neighbor they don't like.
It's worrisome.
It's worrisome.
Oh, look at. Yeah, it's worrisome.
Okay, it's worrisome. You motherfuckers, it's worrisome. Every time somebody on Fox News was fucking talking about Bernie Sanders and the heart attack, or every time somebody was saying Hillary's health was bad, and all those pictures of her where she clearly had like a catheter. It
was a conspiracy.
Yeah, all that stuff. But now it's like it's worrisome. Remember when they told you not to? CNN was one of the first people to tell you, you can't judge somebody based off just stuff you see online. You can't judge their health, but you're not a doctor. Now they're getting doctors to come on and go, it's worrisome.
Yeah, because that was the thing. They denied the Hillary stuff.
Yeah.
Then when it was getting really apparent and like Hillary, what was it? Hillary seizures or whatever was fucking trending. Remember that somebody got that Hillary's health, I think, was trending or whatever, and then they had to acknowledge it and eventually go like, yeah, it's not. But then they turned it into don't health shame. Don't shame somebody for their bad health.
I know, it's ridiculous.
And now it's turning, now it's Trump, it's like, he's lying about his health. He's a liar. Maybe he should get his lying diagnosed. Maybe the lies are turning into cancer. They're the worst.
Given the fact that you have never treated the president, but of course your incredible expertise, given the fact that, as you mentioned, we know
incredible expertise of somebody he has never treated, never even seen a lab from them, never even put one of those old timey stethoscopes on his heart. But your incredible expertise, any doctor would tell you you can't diagnose somebody. First off, all you did was walk into a hospital and then left. And if it was something serious, he wouldn't have left a few hours late. You know what I mean? If it was something bad, you'd think they were going to let him leave. Fucking Bernie was in the hospital for a week after his heart thing. You think they would have just let him leave?
How many times do 70-something-year-olds go to the hospital?
All the time. All the time.
If there's even like a minor headache, they're like, I should go because I'm old. And literally the slightest breeze will kill me.
Know about the president's health, that he has had high cholesterol. He, has clinically obese, going by his weight and height from the last time.
Imagine,
no.
Can you imagine
stop.
if this was a woman?
If it was Hillary.
If it was Hillary that they were saying clearly she's obese, and she is. Clearly she's obese. His BMI, his cholesterol was high. And by the way, his cholesterol was 196. That's not super high for somebody the way they eat. That's, almost at 200. That's borderline high cholesterol. His HDL was 58. His LDL was 122. But look at the last one. Blood pressure was measured at 118/80. That's perfect blood pressure. That's basically perfect.
Because he never loses his fucking temper.
That's perfect blood pressure.
Weight and height from the last time. Would this lead you to believe that this could be something serious?
So, and also he takes a prescription medication to treat his high cholesterol, like every 70-year-old that's ever lived does.
Yeah, the question is, in some ways, the question is less, what did they do on Saturday afternoon? What kind of testing did they do? The more important question, Brooke, is why was it done?
Yes.
Why did the president and his staff feel at 2:30 on Saturday afternoon it was necessary to travel up to Walter Reed for an evaluation?
By the way, up the street.
Did you guys want to talk about the subpoenas going on with the Epstein stuff? Did we want to talk about Prince Andrew, or did we want to do CNN? Did you want to cover any of the guy that was on the roof of the Tropicana at the Vegas shooting, or did we want to? No.
No.
Nothing?
No. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but Trump likes double cheeseburgers.
This is
crazy. This is
it would be
next level crazy.
It would be one thing, right? If this were 1998, 1999, and the news was doing this. Because, right, like the 3 or 4 years leading up to 9/11, we weren't necessarily like mega prosperous. We weren't living in a utopia, but it was just a very quiet, smooth. There was a couple of years there where nothing was happening.
Yeah.
It was quiet.
There was like a year there was actual peace in the Middle East. Remember that?
There was a solid year or two where it was just all peace and quiet. So I can understand in 1998 or 1999 them going, and more about the president's health today. We're speculating about his heart condition and his lipoids and his cholesterol. You know what I mean? But like an international Mossad agent pedophile who owned an island that he used to fuck little girls on was murdered in his jail cell while 2 guards fell asleep and the cameras were disabled. We had one of the most bloody mass shootings in history at a country music festival where dudes were spotted on video, I saw it with my own eyes, on the roof of the Tropicana. A Saudi prince was grabbing duffel bags and a security team were running out the back door. And almost every single witness that has reported seeing multiple gunmen has since been killed in some sort of freak accident, right? Could we cover literally any, like, with that going on, with the fucking Syrian stuff heating up, with actual wars going on, you would think they would have literally anything else to talk about.